Hey, what's up, rock stars? This is Blake Cory. Fake news alert. The more successful you become does not mean you've got to invest more time and effort into your business. I hear this all the time. Hey, Blake, how much more are you working? How much more time are you spending at the office? I'm sure you're inundated in paperwork and all this other stuff. And guys, that's fake news. As a matter of fact, the more successful you become and the more successful your business becomes, especially with the right plan of attack, the less you're actually having to work in your business. You know, there's a rule that I learned a long time ago. Hey, if you want to actually grow a business, work on your business more than in your business. I mean, people think that success means you've got to work and lose the freedom and flexibility that you've currently got in your life, and that's just not the case. As a matter of fact, I work less time now at overall, you know, not only just at the office and in the business, but overarching. I work less now than I did when I was getting this thing off the ground. So the more successful that the business has become, the less I've worked, the more money that I've made, and now I'm spending way more time with my family. Now, don't get me wrong. When you're building and growing a real estate team, there's going to be a sacrifice at some point in time, whether it be today or tomorrow, meaning if you're just building your real estate team or you're just about to start the journey of building your real estate team, there's going to be a sacrifice, whether it's today or in the future. My recommendation would be today. So if you're just starting a real estate team now, understand, put the sacrifice in now. So 2-3 years from now, you have an abundance of freedom in your life. I mean, I remember what my dad used to say to me. Now, he mind you, he used to tell me this when I was a teenager in my early 20s, but he'd say, work your ass off now before you're married and have children because everything changes. Go hard now, sacrifice now. Because if you try to sacrifice when you're older, you're going to be giving up things that you're really going to regret all the way to your grave. And you know what? He was exactly correct. My dad was right. You know, here I am now 34 years old and I've got 2 children and of course, my wife and 2 children. And there's nothing more satisfying or gratifying than spending time with them, being present at every school event, being present at every basketball game, being present for everything, the first walks, the first words, you know, Christmas, New Year's, all the holidays, you know, being able to be there. Because I remember when I first was in real estate, I was having to run buyers and sellers during that time. It was Christmas Eve and I was having to leave at 4 o'clock to go hand keys over to a client. And now I don't even possibly think about that because I don't even have to work with clients. My company sells over 550 homes a year and I don't work with a single client. Yet I'm making more money than ever, have more free time than ever. And that's why I say to you guys, there's gonna be a sacrifice in your business. It's just when is it going to be? Now, of course, when I was younger, starting my real estate business, I made a lot of mistakes, and that's what created a lot of unnecessary time being spent on my real estate business. You know, what I learned was don't try to innovate something until you've at least duplicated something that you already know has been proven to succeed. I mean, guys, we live in the information age. There's plenty of people out there, me included, who've achieved the success that most of you guys that want to achieve. See, the secret to it is what Tony Robbins says. Just stand on the shoulders of giants. Find people who've already been there. And all you have to do is find people and copy them. If I said to you right now, you could start a real estate team today, and within 5 years, you would be selling over $300 million in sales, making over $7 million in commissions, and you would be spending very little time at the office, working way less than you work now, and having financial freedom like you can't imagine, would you be interested? Of course you would. You'd be answering like me, like, okay, 5 years? Can I do it sooner? Yeah, maybe you could do it sooner, but you'd at least do it in 5 years or less. Okay, I'm in. And of course, it's all dependent upon how many transactions you're actually closing right now. But for me, 5 years ago, I was only closing 30 transactions. So now, selling over 550 homes, we've had a lot of missteps on the way, but everything changed when I got a plan of attack, when I started to realize that every system that I wanted to implement into my business, I just needed to go find it where it was proven to be successful, bring it in, create a control, and then innovate as we moved on. And that's what's helped our business completely explode. So remember, just duplicate before you innovate. Get really good at copying and pasting. And now that we live in the information age, it's all around you. So you guys don't need to think about how to apply, like more time and effort to the equation. Try to see time and effort as efficiency or effectiveness issue. What do I mean? I'll give it to you in one word: leverage. When you begin to add leverage through like people and systems and technology, you're going to begin to get more time to focus on your business rather than working in your business. And so once you build leverage around you, you're going to see less time having to go out to listing appointments, working with buyers. All of a sudden, you're not working with them. There's less time working on files and responding to emails and responding to text messages. And slowly, as you add more and more leverage and as you become a better leader, all of a sudden now you start to see you're leaving the office earlier. You may be coming to the office later. You're spending more time at home. You have less worries, and everything changes. So in closing, I want you guys to remember, don't forget this million dollar agent rule. Continuously add leverage so you can get to the point of working on your business more than in your business. All right? And don't think that the more successful that you become, the more time and effort that you're going to have to put in. If you follow this rule by always adding leverage, you're going to see yourself get more time while making more money. All right, that's all I got for you guys today. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notifications so you never miss an update. By the way, make sure you watch the next video.